Hi guys, it's Krishanti with Krishanti.com, bringing you weekly videos about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. So if you're into this sort of topic, please subscribe because I do new videos every week and I would love to see you here. And this week's topic is something that I've been practicing for a few years now, and I can tell you it works. It's one of the best forms of manifesting I've ever tried. And it's called image cycling, and it's a part of the Bengston Energy Healing method that I have talked about in a couple of other videos. It's my favorite healing method, and the reason for that is it's effective. It actually does generate an energy that heals the physical body. But the cool part about it is it's this amazing manifesting tool. Essentially, Bill Bengston, who I love, created this energy healing method, and it's based on a process called image cycling. And in a nutshell, to practice image cycling, you make a list of 20 things, at least 20 things that you want to have, or experiences you want to have, or things you want healed. You can't have anybody else on there. It's only you at the beginning, just you, things that you want. And you really get comfortable with those. You go into those pictures, you really create them, and then you seal it off with one image representing that, like a kind of image you would put on an image board, you know, which I have tried it with manifesting, and I think that does definitely work, but not if you're not looking at that board all the time. So with the cycling, you have these 20 things with the image, and then in your mind, you start to spin them really, really like rapidly, like so quickly you can't see them. And that generates an energy that pulls those things that you want into your life. And I have seen it work firsthand. When I first started cycling, I would write down the things I was getting and experiences, because I was like, I gotta keep track. This is amazing. Like, I can't believe this and this and this. I stopped keeping track because it's so constant and so continuous the way it works. And that's what I wanted to share and to talk about, because not only does the energy produce profound results, profound healings, it also helps you come more into alignment with what you want in your life. And let's talk about that for a second, because I'm not saying you make this list of 20 things and you get everything on your list. And some of the people I know who do the cycling with me feel frustration at times because the things that they have or experiences aren't coming. And when that happens, I feel it's a great opportunity to take a step back and to just tweak what you're asking for, or to maybe stop focusing on it with the manifesting, if you're doing Bengston or other kind of manifesting work. If for some reason you're hitting a wall and it just isn't coming in, either it's not meant to be, or I just talked about this in a video, Divine Timing, it's not the right time, and if you just are patient, it will eventually happen. But why the process of creating these images of things you want to have and experience is so healing too, and therapeutic, is it helps you to figure out what it is you really, really want and who you are. And Bill Bengston runs workshops, and in fact, I am co-hosting one with my friend John Levac. I did an interview with John recently, if you want to check it out on this channel. We are hosting Bill and his wife Margaret in August of 2021, so this year. All the info will be in the description below. Would love to have you come, because when you're in this with Bill and Margaret teaching, it's so fun and incredible. Bill is a funny guy and a really great teacher. He'll capture your imagination, and then the evidence, like, God, the research is incredible. There is so much research on this healing and what it does. It's profound. But I digress a little. When I was talking to Margaret a few years ago, Bill's wife, about it, she said, what you'll find is that as you work your list, and you're always updating it, you're always changing it, or you're crossing things off because you got them, she said, you really get to know a lot about yourself. And one example I can give you that was so helpful to me was when I was in that workshop, that first workshop with Bill, and everybody's making their lists. And everybody was talking about cars, like, because, well, you know, a car, it's a common human thing to want a car. And so I thought, okay, I'll do that too. I would like, and then they're all like spiritual people, so they all want the green, you know, so everyone's like, I want what is that car called? Not a Prius, but you know what I'm talking about, the Elon Musk car. Now I'm drawing a blank. I've been talking a lot today. Anyway, everybody wanted that car. It's so funny that it's just like out of my head. And I thought, okay, well, I should want that too. So I put it on my list. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, but I don't really want that car. Like, I'm sure it's cool, but it's not like I'm dying for that car. Like, I'd rather have, like, what gets me excited is, like, you know, pretty dresses for the summer. And, you know, it's like kind of coming into alignment with that. Like, sometimes I think we are so caught up, or we're so fed so much by society. Like, you know, there's all these agendas running, and it's like, this is what you're supposed to want. You know, the advertisers, it's like, well, you clicked on this, so surely you're going to want to see this pop-up ad and click on that because that's what you want, right? You want that. That's who you are. You know, I could go talk about this forever, but, you know, you're at a certain social status. This is what you're supposed to like. You're at this certain age. These are your interests. And when it comes to, I want to just push all that out of the way. And when it comes to true manifesting, you don't want anyone in your space. You want what's really your soul's desire, your heart's desire, like what makes you joyful, what makes you feel alive, what makes you smile and happy. And that could be the silliest thing or the most ludicrous, ridiculous, like outrageous thing, but it's yours. And you should be allowed to want that and to have it. I think a lot of us, we fit into these molds and we stay there, or these boxes, you know, and so our manifesting is in boxes, you know, and we think we're supposed to want this. A case in point, I'm rambling here, but the Bengston stuff it's really got me thinking a lot. The work that I do, I've talked to people who do similar work, and many of them, a common thing that they like to see is themselves on stage speaking in front of a huge audience of people, like on a tour or doing this with like all these people. And so at one point, way back when or whatever, I thought, am I supposed to want that? Like, is that, if I'm to be successful, is that what I'm supposed to want? And I really did think about it, you guys. I don't want that. Nothing about that excites me. Like, hell no. I'm not that kind of person. I can sit here quietly, you know, with my camera and make videos for you, but I don't want to stand in front of all these people. And that's scary, you know, but I wanted to give you that example because that's how society can trick you. And then you think, you know, but I'm going off on the whole other, but it's not really a tangent because it is a part of the process of the cycling. And can you bring stuff in that maybe you think you want, but you don't? Well, sure you can. But when it comes to image cycling, it's so much more powerful when there's like a charge. When you know you want it, it delights you to the core. There's no anxiety about it. There's no like, I have to have this. There's no like grabby kind of thing. It's like, and then you work on that. You can change your list. I change mine all the time. Everybody does. Because what happens with image cycling is the list can get old. John, who's co-hosting this event with me in August, has called it stale. And John, by the way, is one of the most incredible people I know. I don't want to make him shy, but he is really good at Bengston Energy Healing method. And he's an incredible healing practitioner, but he changes his list all the time, and that's because he's running Bengston all the time, because he's in the field healing people or helping them to heal all the time. So his list has to be fresh, has to be very filled with things he wants, because that generates the energy, and the energy is what does the healing. But this video is specifically, I wanted to talk about how cool the manifesting is and the cycling process. And again, I want to restate to you, I stopped keeping track, and I like to keep track. I stopped keeping track of everything because it's just, okay, here it is. Okay, I put that on my list. Thank you. That's great. Or, you know, and again, this isn't all materialistic. It can be like a releasing trauma. It can be my foot doesn't hurt. I can run again. I can see up close. And then those things actually, like I am running again. I can see better up close. You know, like they start to happen. It's beautiful. And anybody who's into Bengston, who's been doing it for a while, like I have, or people have been doing it longer, a lot longer than me, will tell you this is what happens. And we are telling you the truth. It's crazy cool. And it happens in the most interesting ways. You know, sometimes these things happen and you think, well, maybe it's not directly related to Bengston. I mean, I could tell stories, and I will start to wrap this up in a minute, but people have told me and have said it's just the things that they get, it blows your mind, you know. But on that note, I want to encourage you to check out bengstonresearch.com if you want more info. I'll put that all below. To come to our event in August, because it's going to be so cool and fun. And you do go through a process when you're in these workshops. What I've noticed for myself personally, the energy is so strong that you start to transform while you're there, while you're hearing Bill speak, and while John's there, and Margaret. It's like so special. And so that's it. Check it out. Thanks so much for watching and for sticking with me. I know this was a very long video, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.